Russell Brand and other celebs are getting red-pilled. What? Now that the bullshit you've been preaching and doing to other people for years is biting you in the ass, all of a sudden you see it as a problem? Wow, what a shock! There's been a serious effort by the left in recent years, specifically since they hijacked Washington and the White House, to silence anyone that doesn't agree with them. And who was supporting all that? I wonder. But this isn't exactly news, right? We've seen blowback on people that dare criticize the government lockdowns, question the woke mob, or generally have any sort of alternative idea that runs afoul of the left have suffered. Careers and lives, quite literally, have been ruined. Celebrities are beginning to push back. Yeah, now that the hate mob that they have been stirring up has come for them, now suddenly they're talking. Like Bill Maher, cuck. Adam Carolla. Now, for a celebrity, Adam Carolla has always, as far as I know, been on our side. So not all of them are the same. And Nick DiPaolo, Joe Rogan, maybe most famously Russell Brand, have all seemingly been red-pilled by the action of the extreme left in their censorial ways. Now, some of these guys, like Joe Rogan, Adam Carolla, they've been pretty okay from the start. Like, that's the difference. But if you've been supporting this shit until it bites you in the ass, you get no sympathy from me, like Russell Brand. So Russell Brand sounds like Joe Rogan these days, or even Tucker Carlson. The British comic came to fame stateside as the scene-stealing rocker in 2008's Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Brand embraced a quasi-pundit status in the process, extolling socialism and smiting the West in books, documentaries, and podcasts. Hold him to his own standards. These days, his booming YouTube channel finds him questioning Corona Chan narratives, eviscerating the mainstream media, warning his 5 million plus flock to question what they're told, always. It could be the same thing like with the Johnny Depp trial. Notice that right as soon as Depp won and it became the popular position to side with him, certain fence sitters are suddenly all on board with Johnny Depp all of a sudden. But they were nowhere to be seen when it was actually risky to side with Johnny Depp. No, they only show up after it's safe, like vultures to pick the corpse clean. That's what a lot of these celebrities are doing now. They see the pendulum swinging back and they're going to pick the safe position. There's certainly quite the change of pace for a guy like Brand. Unlike comedians like Carolla and Rogan, Brand's style of humor almost exclusively lent itself to somewhat leftist socialist ideas. I don't think he's actually been red-pilled, man. I think this is all an act. He's playing along because this is the popular opinion that gets the most views and money at the moment. Somehow, somewhere at the end of Orange Man's presidency, Brand's narrative shifted. Brand's new posture is a far cry from his earlier persona as a hard-charging socialist and rabble-rouser. His current year-8 book, Revolution, name-dropped Che Guevara and Noam Chomsky while arguing against capitalism. His former video channel, The Truths, found him praising socialism for being cool again and giddily glossing over Stalin's shocking death count in the process. He blamed the West and capitalism for the rise of ISIS and lost his cool when a journalist compared his wealthy lifestyle to a socialist rhetoric. Oh, yeah, fuck it. I love it when the hypocrites get called out. Now, pretty gross stuff, but not surprising from a Brit comic. If you spent any amount of time watching his stand-up or listening to his interviews, you heard bits and pieces of the message, but you could never tell if it was simply a shtick or if he actually believed it. These guys are actors through and through. They're adult pretenders. They will pretend to have whatever is the popular opinion at the moment. So apparently he believed it, but the nuttiness displayed by the left during the Orange Man era caused a sort of fundamental shift. A different, more moderate Brand emerged at the end of the Orange Man era, though. He joined Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey in blasting those who summarily dismissed the former president's supporters. There's a kind of offhandedness like, oh, they're dumb, they're voting for Brexit, they're voting for Orange Man. I don't like it, I don't like to hear it, Brand said on his Under the Skin podcast, heard on the Luminary Audio Network. Yeah, now that so he's realizing he's in trouble, so now he's appealing to those he chased away. He also stood almost alone in comedy circles, mocking Australia's extreme pandemic lockdowns. Brand may not have officially cut ties with his older views regarding socialism, but they clearly aren't front of mind of late. Until he can make money off of them again. It's a start, folks. With stacking wins every day. The more happy about people like Brand, Mayer, Kroll, and Rogan and their ilk point out the pushback, the lunacy of the left, the better. It's nice and all, but still, like I have no intention of giving second chances to people who happily threw me under the bus earlier. I'm not gonna go out and seek revenge or anything, but I sure as fuck am never gonna support them.